There's like the way in which you're force being 4 or 5 is very up in the air.
You kind of have an idea of what the...
There was a the argue.
So strong, guys. I'm so strong.
Have ways of.
Abed's hero. More puck, one of the two, literally time in the first.
The idea of kind of one of the consequences of double support pick gives you kind of no clock and speed. And that's why EG with confidence simplifies their draft by picking and get into the second.
Banning out the first phase.
Tiny.
Well, exactly.
EG right now, their final ban is probably Void Spirit or depending on what the idea of their cause. They're not going to be able to protect their backlines and maybe a better ban.
And they already won with What's that?
それはどうかな
That is true. Before we started the wildcard, I think there was a game where Miracle played against G, and he was like 40 and 0 in on Void Spirit. So there is maybe an inkling, even though it's not in the
I
process.
cast a couple Void, not from these. Yeah, it hasn't really looked.
No, it's not really taken off like.
Okay, this is kind of a crazy thought, but I'll bring it up just because. Again, first major they would Abed and they. I have technically seen puck offlane with ice.
Has been played. Have a. Bad for him. Fuck is just.
Ice has also been playing a lot more. He has earlier timing. Viper the tip.
The Viper he won.
Exactly.
As they're banned out.
What's next?
Mars is still. Dragonite has been banned.
Mars!
Last game, too.
Mind me wrong. Last game they. Snap bullshit.
Dusk.
Oh.
I would sure pick.
You 13 mana boy.
Are you guys gonna
Partial
play the
to-
game?
I'm dead.
Yeah,
Why?
They got to
Yeah.
voice stack that as a
Happy
Alright, so
gave him
it's
the
gonna-
shout.
crit tusk.
Morphling.
Instant.
Oh, this is a
Speak
Whoa.
of the trees.
Like, okay, you mentioned RTZ weighed up against one of the best Fury in regards to GPM. Highest GPM player, it's only second place was up. He also had the most kills and assists. Second before that.
Mind is pure. Guard. Predator. Yon Esport. High tempo. Viper, you. Work. Have to resort to Lion and the
main thing here, the stats that I mentioned, the high figures of deep kills and assists, that was against a mod. It was the idea that these heroes, in Nigma's lineup, if you kind of accelerate the game early on, their ability to return together, and that's what Fury thrives in. Like, one ways to TP, he's on the side of the map.
He
Way
also
too much.
tries in killing light and bullet at that BKB.
Like, I think of an triangle, you're on those here. I don't even think they picked.
The kind of the SA effect. No
Yeah,
ping, picked it, then Nade's not picked.
They style in the last every single had a lot of finals when you couple of games of farm a month.
Love this. Ice hasn't really played it at the fact that you have a Fury and Karen, and they've really understood that, wow, we are going to be outpaced. Now we need to pick like wave clear, just vibe for our Morphling. Imagine you pick an ice. So much kind of.
Tide Hunter.
No doubt we're tied. So let's give a free lane. We'll have a very good time here. EG is picking less for laning, focusing more on the fact when they get to like together and just
Profit against.
they have done laning stuff.
Try away from
Tide v Mars, and then you
Mars actually drafted a couple. Rather
Do
see
you remember the $1 million dream coil?
that's profit.
So
Task
just
and
put-
profit though.
putting on the Morphling just park and then fight into the potential trialing that we meant. See that from EG.
Taking his time, talk. Belt wall.
Important as if they're out. Well,
Bloodbath,
have.
yeah.
Saving their
Savoring the moment.
savoring the moment. Yeah.
That's right. I do like the idea that he has played.
Imba Spirit.
So just last year, right? Allows you to
Potentially, but like you mentioned the idea of the laning.
try lane even. I'm not sure if I like either.
to say.
Stop dying, I'm out of tips.
How do they enter the
Is that
game
balanced?
up this early? EG is a thrive and always want right now some type of Mars, but tri lane. Nigma once again, it's about survival. It's about not getting just run outmaneuvered.
Mars Arena, Phoenix Egg Combo, Kuroko, Clockwork, and Cogs. What do you guys got?
If they have enough luck, I'll... TI winners.
Better. So.
Very good analysis. Thank you. I guess I was going to go Nigma, but since you guys both went for them, I'll go for EG to make sure that we're not truly biased. Let's see again what our casters have to say. Mr. Lacoste and Gareth.
Hello there, Suns fan. How are you doing? Yeah, here we are, as we've got Nigma's Tournament Lives on the line, TI Direct Invite Life on the line, and Evil Genius is looking real hot this draft, no different, right? And I think we saw the players considering whether or not they want to do that tri-lane. Ice giving a nice little, yeah, sure, of course I can.
Yeah, I think that's what he asked him, like, do you want to go solo? We do a tri-lane with the Tusk, something that EG has done during the Singapore Major quite a lot. Like I talked before this series, the Fogged and Cinderin were like, why is Tusk not picked? I still feel the hero is really good, and here he is. I feel like this hero is underpicked. What he does, you have a block ability, you have a snowball save, you have like anti-tank built in, you have
laning capability,
potential, BKB piercing abilities, so many stuff that like it's just there. It's built into the hero. Why not use it?
Yeah, well, I think when you think about hero kind of toolkits and the abilities, you know, in the game, Oracle has a lot of them, right? With his disarm, his heals, his dispels, and catch and stuff like that. Tusk is very similar in that regard, with a lot of spells in his arsenal that do many different things. You mentioned the snowball save against what, like Clockwork Cogs, Mars Arena, and also the ability to gap close onto people like the Ember Spirit or the Morphling, who could, under normal circumstances, be a little bit slippery.
No matter where this Night Hunter goes, he is going to have a good time. There is not a single ability in this game that he's afraid of, so we'll be able to get the Ravage off in the team fights. They cannot take it down from 100 to 0. You build that hood, you become so tanky early on, and then you can play with the Ravage.
Nice little bit of split screen there. Body blocks coming out of the Morphling and that puck. And we did see, of course, the bit of a change up at the end of the draft. Some of us expecting maybe the Mars to go mid, maybe that Miracle would be grabbing up the Ember Spirit, but in the end, there's Miracle Morphling on that mid lane up against Arbed's puck. How does this one usually go? Just farm trade until level 6,
it's a
then
very
we see?
skilled matchup. Morphling needs to be careful. If you like misuse your shift once, Puck could potentially surprise you with the Banning Rift. If you're close to the AoE, Puck this time around, starting with the 4 branches, will be able to eat 1 and maybe even 2 if necessary, but a lot of early stats, and we see crit. Like this is a super strong combo. You have extra summons with the tag team, a lot of harassment coming out already. I want to see what the build on Tusk is going to be this time around. To go back one more time to Singapore Major, he was always building drums.
Oh yeah.
Not the item that is popular these days, but something that Tusk has been doing, especially crit.
I think in SA we saw a fair amount of Tusk picked up, and there's lots of different builds. There's like the Phase Boots Falcon Blade Blink build. We saw the Tranquil's drums, little bits and bobs here and there.
It's too many items if you go for like Orb into like Falcon Blade. It's too much mana. It delays your Blink Dagger. You might get one of those. Our observer pointed out that Rocket Flare is available on Clockwork. Been able to secure the range creep, harass them quite a bit, and now with the change, this should potentially be a kill. But there's a full creep wave. Getting close. The Ring of Health, close, you need still like 6-7 CS, but once you get that, and also Fly needs to bring some extra region. We see more and more where like position 5s are playing from the offlane. Miracle dropping low.
Oh, gets the water rune. I mean, Arbed was toying with him a little bit there. He orbed to the top, waited for his bottle to come in so he can refill it with the rune, even trying to sneak a second one. But Miracle, a step ahead, still taking a lot of chip damage. In the meanwhile, though, CS-wise, between the two of them, very even. There's only one last hit between them. 8-3 versus 7-3. While across the board, Evil Geniuses feels like they're having a more comfortable time in these lanes, just getting farm, getting CS. They will be expending a fair amount on salves and regen to keep them in the lanes, because there's, like we see from RTW, a lot of chip damage, that harassment comes through little by little over time.
I mentioned that a lot of 5 Lions are playing the off lane because you want to ruin the enemy safe lane. You feel stronger than some position 4s, and also like the mana drain, and also ability to keep the distance, stun the Clockwork. I think that's the big one.
Ice. He turns with the Gush and the Anchor Smashing Fly.
13-1 charges. KuroKy is more than fine, has a healing self to work with.
Even had a Fairy Fire too.
Yeah, he becomes so tanky. Clockwork, one of the heroes that has a lot of strength gain per level, 3.5.
That's huge. It does become a tanky monster. And Ice trying to regen slowly there. Miracle still dead even in the mid lane, and again, if there's been no kills by this point, seems like it'll be unlikely in the next couple of minutes until they do hit level 6 on the puck. Might see some rotations into one of these side lanes. GH dragging the treants away from that top lane. Mind Control Mars 12 and 3, not struggling too much. Everyone having a pretty calm laning stage, but Ice might turn from calm to panic as quickly as this. Chains and Battery Assault. He tries to move back towards the creep wave as Mind Control actually gets first blood on RTZ in another side lane. 2 kills. Come out for Team Nigma.
As I said, went from calm into panic again, and then he dies. Or more like calm into panic into calm. You become calm. Once you die, you TP full HP, full mana to the lane. 2 good kills on the side lanes from Nigma. Mid lane, Miracle doing well. Same amount of CS as a puck. Right now has a magic one, has a fairy fire, so you can always toy with it.
I'm glad you know your memes, Lacoste.
I know. Yeah.
Another dive up top. MC. He doesn't have anything else to give, but crit. You're going to get forced out of that lane. And Evil Geniuses have gone from a situation where they were the ones levying their position, pressing forward with tag team and the right clicks of Prophet, to now being on the back foot as Nigma hit their levels and get some aggression of their own. A nice little small camp stacked up there. Puck, of course, one of the better heroes to clear it out with the Orb Waning Rift. I feel like that small camp, you know, it's less about the gold and more just about experience, like hitting level 6 faster, being able to rotate and move across the map.
Yeah, something that can make the difference. You kill 1, maybe 2 small camps, you get the extra level 6, you have the advantage.
GH baiting crit in a little bit, still holding dive, throws out some Fire Spirits, and Mind Control with a Bulwark. The tanky and strong stands his ground against the Prophet, while iLTW taking some hits from the big man. What's the Tide holding there? What's his weapon? Is that a boat?
What is that?
What is that? It's like a seashell on the end of a stick.
It is a seashell.
It's a mace. Tide Hunter's mace made up of a seashell. You've got some big spikes on it too.
You're a marine biologist, Gary.
That looks like a
you
conch.
know all that stuff.
Arbed grabs up the regeneration rune. Nigma couldn't get KuroKy there in time, and Bounty Rune also going to get snagged by Fly. Still getting himself in these sneaky spots though, scouting out the stacks. KuroKy knows what one of the later moves for EG is going to be, is clear out these stacks with a Prophet or even the Tide Hunter. He'll keep Fly away from the bottom lane as well to keep that 1v1 between Ice and iLTW. And even though it's melee versus melee, it's still all right for this Ember Spirit, right? He's got Flame Guard,
2 points in Flame Guard, they cannot remove it. The Tide Hunter does not have enough magic damage. It's 110 level 1, so you can remove level 1 Flame Guard, but level 2, it's just not good blocks.
Yeah, some good shots. Even better Spear, though. Focuses the Prophet, knowing that the Tusk can do the last remaining bits of damage. And Fly again, embroiled in this extended little party with KuroKy. Just chasing him around. The Lion has to move into mid lane now.
Abed has regeneration. KuroKy was trying to scout things out. Are there any stacks? There is 1 big camp stack and 1 ancient camp.
Yeah, time to build up a couple more of those. 2 camps stacked by GH over in that Radiant Triangle. And so far, he's not been forced to dive, and he just dies. Are you okay indeed? Looked like he wanted to launch out that last Fire Spirit. Unexpected move there from RTZ, popping out the treants.
This is America's classic. South America, North America, safe lane, Nature's Prophet. Once you hit that level 6, there's so much more kill potential on the mid lane, on the side lane where you're playing, and the build pretty much always is the same. That Witchblade that gives you tankiness. It's the old Blade Mail build-up. You get the Chainmail, you get Robe of Magi, and then like Blitz Knuckles. It's so much value coming out from the item. It's an easy build-up. One of the reasons why it's so popular.
Yeah, and honestly, Nature's Prophet, his talent tree and his stat game.
Yes,
like his stat game is ridiculous with his strength and agility, right?
Yeah, he gets 2.6 strength per level, agi 3.6, and 3.7 intelligence. So a lot of damage, a lot of armor, a lot of attack speed.
Then his
decent
talents.
amount of tankiness, and talents are like one of the best ones in the game.
Yeah.
You get 20 damage, you get attack speed, you get armor,
and cooldown reduction.
Yeah, if you have a lot of clickables, and then no.
The Ravage bottom. iSize moves on to RTW, and they pair it up with the coil. Arbet blows up the Ember Spirit, and it looks like GH has also made his move down here.
GH needs to be careful. If
he's gonna have to dive.
He dies.
Well, he does come back a little bit, loops back towards iSize now. The strength of the Prophet. In comes RTZ. TP's in, and they make...
I don't think they defend this tower. There's still double damage for another 15-ish seconds on Abed. They have the Treants. They can scout things out. And on the top lane, you only have Mars, who does not put pressure on the tower. If they want to make a rotation, they should try to get something done, possibly on the mid lane, but this tower's dead.
I try and chip away at that mid tower, but you're right. Bringing numbers down bottom. What was it, like a 3v2 to begin with, then a 4v1. As RTZ.
Then 4 against 0.
Yeah.
So this opens up the bottom part of the map.
That's so good for the Prophet, right? Because he can scout and push bot lane without actually showing himself. I think AUI has been calling it ghost pushing. The hero's nearby, shoving the wave, but not actually being open to threat or kill threat while he farms jungle camps nearby. So you accelerate even faster as this RTZ Prophet.
And when you lose that tier 1 tower on the bottom, it also opens up the map for enemy, which means you don't feel secure playing that part of the map. Yeah. So you know that they're most likely going to be in a triangle. So if they want to use another smoke, they should go in with another coil and possibly invade the triangle. Abed right now just farming up the stacks very efficiently. Misses the small camp, actually. Didn't time it correctly, but
it's fine.
It's all good. Has a keen optic, a bit more mana regen.
And yeah, that point you make about the bottom lane being unsafe, it's even more so. Like in a normal game, you feel unsafe. But against a Parker Prophet, even this snowballing Tusk, showing on that bot wave as RTW, you need defensive remnants, and you need to be very wary of your positioning. And Nigma decide to go for their mid lane play. We've seen in a number of their games, 10 minutes in.
Lion just collecting XP, wants to get level 6, and he gets it immediately.
Yeah,
Finger available.
Arena Spirit on crit, the snowball is going to delay his death, and he might survive off the back of it because they've got a turnaround leash. Catching out the Miracle Morphling, crit still alive as MC. God tributes him down at long last, but the Finger of Death and the jump in. Ice going forward, but Arbed and RTZ clear through the Supernova while Mind Control getting picked off in the back by Arbed. Puck comes out with a double kill. They only lose their Tusk. It's that mid-tier 1 tower. The real position for Nigma moving towards it, but still alive.
Yeah, that was such a nice play from Fly. Tusk was staying out of XP range because he understood how much XP he needs to get to level 6, and 3 creeps dies. He gets the finger on Mars. Unfortunately, does not get damage. They don't kill him fast enough. And with the catapult and some treants, they start putting some decent amount of damage on a tier 1 tower on the mid lane. Also keeping their mid tower alive, keeping their safe lane tower alive. Ravage is available, so they might fully commit to this fight.
Yeah, it's getting really spooky for Nigma because this EG lineup, it's ramping up so quickly. They got the bot tower, they move into mid, they've got Ravage ready, I think, as the Observer was pointing out. Didn't have to use it in that previous fight either.
Yeah, so it's hard to use ability when it's on cooldown.
That is true. And he's just planting his body in that mid lane. How much of this is the fact, I think T-Governor was saying that Nigma need to get to like 20 minutes to really have their draft blossom into this actual proper fighting style with, of course, the RTW Ember and Miracle Morphling needing that time to get to their first items.
Can buy a lot of time if you don't get blown up. If you don't get jump, Hex, Silence, so you die instantly. But if you get the shift off, you give yourself enough time to be able to bring your teammates around you and make a turnaround play. So yeah, I'm really not understanding too much why there's no Tusk. Maybe I'm a big fan of the hero. I also like when one of the guys said that I sound like him. But, you know, it's
Who said that?
It was just some guy tweeting at me. Was very angry, like, why do I sound like Tusk? So yeah, it's a save inside the snowball. You don't like to play into root mechanics. Need to be careful about the searing chains. Other than that, you should be okay.
Can you do a Tusk accent? Voice line?
I don't know. My brain's not working. I will have to, you know...
Listen to it first.
Listen to it first.
I think every time I try, I end up sounding like, it's a me, a Mario. I can't do Tusk properly.
No. I'll leave it to professionals.
Like Slacks. Oh, this set up.
Exactly.
Beautiful catch. Starting to hex the coil on top.
Same,
RTW
that's
down to
silence.
half HP. The backup's coming from Nigma. The 2 TPs, Phoenix and Mars arriving on the scene of the crime. And Kuroki, he's got Battery Assault and the 2-man cogs. Beautiful setup, catching out the line, and a got rebuke on RTZ. He's trying to TP, but the hook shot cancels it. RTZ down, and Nigma. The response there onto the death of RTW pays off big time.
They punish. Nigma brings the numbers this time around and are able to turn things. Nature's Prophet going for Maelstrom. I would maybe love if that's a BKB. He can still swap things around, keep this Javelin, and buy a Mithril Hammer. So if the next fight goes well, if he thinks he can buy a full BKB after Maelstrom, that's fine, or can we just keep the Javelin? Because he needs to be able to protect himself.
Man, that 2 hero cogs. Maybe EG could have split a little bit of that, but no delta movement from Evil Geniuses, getting caught both inside the trap designed by Kuroki. EG still considering that mid-tier 1 push. Always an option, of course, with the tight understanding his ground. Good spike from Fly. Jump into the cogs, and this time he's outnumbered. Clockwork surrounded by 4 members of EG. Some vengeance.
What EG's lineup is really good at is taking Roche. If they survive with 5 heroes after they take one good fight, oh, Miracle. Let's see. Tag team, damage.
Very tanky, but I mean, there's 5 heroes there. You can be as tanky as you like, but if you're in a 1 versus 5, outnumbered like that, Evil Geniuses will take a fight any day of the week in that scenario.
If Ravage is online now with the tier 1 tower gone, they take another fight at the top part of the map, they can instantly transition that into Roche. They have enough sustain. Treants can block the damage, the minus armor from Gush, and most importantly, tag team. Same item build on crit one more time once he's playing that Tusk, going into drums. Drums is 8 charges, so every single time he's on the map, if he needs to do something, he will pop it straight away.
Just use those drums up. I mean, also, very good discipline from EG in that fight, right? You mentioned the Ravage, but also the finger being held as the Martyrin from Nigma destroys Abed, and GH diving towards crit. They don't land the hook shot. Supernova there, going to zone back Ice, Fly and Crit, both trying to hold back these aggressive Nigma heroes, and Miracle into puck mode, jaunting forward. Adaptive Strike gets a double kill. Ice, Ravage is out.
Have to shift off.
Is he going to be able to get any kills off the back of it, though? They'll stun up Kuroki, kill off the Clockwork, but Miracle and Mind Control frontlining, forcing EG to hold back on their aggression.
Nature's Prophet ulti does not connect. A very moist move from Miracle there. He blinks in and with the waveform and gets a kill on Tusk, finishes him off, delays his drums, just a 300 gold away.
Do you call it moist?
Yeah, you have a problem with that?
Yeah, a little bit.
Why? I think it's the most annoying word.
That
maybe.
word is reserved for 2 things: chocolate cake and chicken.
Wash chicken or non-wash
You do not
chicken?
wash your chicken, I'll tell you now.
If you wash your chicken, it's a moist chicken.
Disgusting. Don't wash your chicken. Don't listen to those people on Twitter.
It's non-debatable. I'm staying out of it. So yeah, Mars now has a Blink Dagger, can easily set things up. We saw the good execution from Nigma. Clockwork going in, setting things up, and then nice Arena into Spear combination. RTZ actually finishes off the full Maelstrom, going a bit of a greedier route.
Yeah.
Maybe Tusk needs to play with him, be able there to save with the Snowball, if they initiate with the Arena or a hook shot.
Use those 2 trapping abilities as well, right? Sprout and Shards. 2 abilities to catch a couple of these heroes out as they spot GH. Quick dive away, Sunray TP, off the face of the map.
Nothing wrong here, completely balanced.
As Dota 2 is. It's just
Yeah, yesterday or the day before, we saw interaction where Phoenix just flies over Winter's Curse. He completely ignores it.
And Sunray melts the ice, it thaws it down, and just floats over the top. A bit of relaxation time here for both teams. The tower's being focused down. Still Nigma want that mid-tier 1. We've got Blink on Mind Control, so they do have that snappy initiation form.
Fillet. Found by Nigma, the best tier 2 item. If you're playing 4, if you're playing 5, you pray that that item is going to drop. Top lane, finger,
Fly.
Easy kill.
Thanks, Dan Kuroki. It's the strength of RTZ, right? Just TPs in. Finds a catch, TP straight back out, and he can move anywhere he wants on the map, really. Like, bottom lane, pretty open to him.
This type of move is something like that Jin-Q does quite a lot when, like, you kill an enemy safe lane tower, and then he just goes in and fishes for any kind of information, especially if they have limited catch. They need to bring 1 or 2 heroes. If he tanks a stun, maybe survives, and then the rest of the team can farm. Exactly what the KuroKy did there, and KuroKy is super farm. He almost has a full Spirit Vessel 18 minutes in.
That's huge.
On top of Magic Wand.
Is there a main reason he's gone Spirit Vessel this game? Because we don't see the usual, you know, healing hero. There's no Bristleback, there's no Alchemist or anything.
It's still a valuable item if you manage to get 2 charges in a team fight, another coil.
Yeah, catching RTW. Snowball towards him with the tag team, and RTZ arriving. They should have the damage there with the final silence to hold him in place while Ice. Sunray burn, Supernova, and
he's
Arena.
fine with that.
He's got a hood going, he's got Morbid Mask, and he's got that cracked whip as well. Can't do anything.
I think they go Roche. Like right now, they use the Supernova. They have enough damage. The Nature's Prophet can TP with the tag team. Ravage still available. 20 seconds without him. The only big ulti they don't have is Coil. Coil just ruins.
What's that hook shot?
Hook shot in.
Yeah, Clockwork gets in. The Ravage out of Ice. Still alive as the KuroKy Clockwork frontlining here, and Fly tries to dip back into the trees. There's an uncharge on him, so he will fall, but Mind Control stuck between evil geniuses. Mars falls as well. It's bought time for iLTW to respawn, but still Nigma with no real teamfight ultis. They'll catch a 2-man change though. Arbed running low on mana, and Crit found out here as he tried to get some D-wards going. Snowball is just going to delay the inevitable heat death of Crit's Tusk.
He tried. He traps him, you know, shows him what he's made of, that he can still do things even before he's dying. Now Manta style on Morphling, not going to be that easy to burst unless they get a jump. Line getting closer and closer to his Blink Dagger, so that instant initiation is going to be there. Morphling needs to be aware of that. Ice, he can still go down. Like, even with the full pipe on him, it's still doable to burst him.
Yeah, it sure is. Wait, we see here, you know, it feels like EG have controlled this fight, getting some meaty pickoffs, but Nigma stopped them from doing Roshan.
Production loves Ice. Whenever he does something good, something bad, show his face. He's always smiling. A bit of a face palm there by iLTW.
They're not too happy about his own performance so far, but we'll see if they can pick it up here with a good hook shot. KuroKy gets on top of Fly. Mind Control looking for the bonus target. Cherry on top would have been Ice, but again, he's just too tanky to brawl with at this point under a tier 2 tower. Nigma finally bringing everybody in. Finally the objective they've been wanting for the past 10 minutes.
Set of items. They want Blink Dagger on Puck to be able to get the first initiation. Also, BKB about to be finished on Nature's Prophet. Full pipe on Tidehunter. Drums done on Tusk.
Yeah, it's kind of nice for them because we're thinking Nigma here, once we get to 20 to that 10-minute window, right? 20 to 30 minutes, we think Nigma's pretty strong with their first rounds of proper itemization. But with a Nature's Prophet, a Puck, and a Tidehunter, the teamfight capabilities of EG can weather any storm. It's going to come down to that map control, which Prophet and Puck both thrive on. Every wave very likely going to be trending towards Nigma's side of the map, and that's going to open up towers, open up Roshan, and also give the possibility here for EG to have these smoke ganks to cut across the map. Incisive move from Crit. Smoke gets popped, high ground ward, in comes Arbed. Oh, the snowball save and roll away. Gets them out of the arena, and then goes straight towards KuroKy. Arbed also diving in deep with the finger of death. They take down the Clockwork, and Fly will follow him into the grave. A 1-for-1 trade, but the Ravage! Ice is there. Mind Control's low, and they picked up RTW. Evil Genies is coming and clear Nigma off the face of the map. OMC with a blink back. Orb forward, but he's TPing home, and there's nothing to cancel. They have no stuns
left now. I think they could go inside a pit right now. Thought they were going to do it before. There is still 30 seconds with the iLTW. Without Phoenix, they go in, they get the nice snowball save. I don't know, Gary. I just, once again, love Tusk so much, especially since Mars was a super popular pick throughout this whole major, and EG brings it out in game number 2 elimination game. Are they still trying to defend? The hook shot available.
They want to come in. Arbed scouts Mind Control. Rocket Flares in the pit. Look at that.
He knows where he's standing.
He's
blocking. Body blocked by RTZ.
They're still coming in here, though. I mean, RTZ gets the Aegis. Mind Control dies, trying to steal that Aegis away from them. Unsuccessful in their attempts, though, Nigma. Lose another hero for 40 seconds. And there's that snowball save out of the arena. So very well done by Crit to actually go across towards KuroKy, set up the fight around Miracle, and then Ice is there with, what, the 3-man Ravage? That's exactly what he's saying, 3-man Ravage.
I got 3 of them.
And after that, it's just easy pickings. You land your spells, you catch them in your ultimates. Now it's basically just click them to death.
Now that I'm thinking about it, like, Nature's Prophet might be the best hero for RTZ, because if he gets clipped, he can easily TP out, he can use Sprout to get off the cliffs. Is anyone buying a 4-step? They have a snowball save. Makes a lot of sense.
The counter cliff strat, he's had enough of Faith Bian, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Faith Bian spamming his face on top of cliff tops. No more. No more nonsense. RTZ is the king of the hill now. TPing up top. Immediate initiation from Fly. The Hex into stun, and Miracle just dies.
That Blink Dagger from Lion, you need to be aware of it. And once again, instant smoke. EG, they're playing the map so fast right now, showing the bottom lane, 2 heroes, smoking, TP rotating, Ice on a mid lane. Decided to go for Vlad's. It grants lifesteal, bonus damage, mana regeneration, a very costly item. Well, I guess he just wanted to upgrade his Morbid Mask into something. Coil with...
A little bit off the mark there.
But Puck is pretty consistent. Goes burp most of the times, you know, especially during the Singapore Major. This time around, whiffs it. Something that nothing to say. Kind of buys quite a lot as a second, sometimes second, sometimes third item is Eon Disc, where you don't die. Like, you get your spells off, you get the shift with Eon Disc. There's still Deso queued up. Maybe they think more damage is needed. But we'll see.
We'll find out what direction he goes. Mind control. Trying to start a fight here. He's starting it. KuroKy follows through on it. RTZ BKB's up, and they've got the arena going. KuroKy just immediately evaporates under the threat of EG. And with this Prophet BKB, they move forward. They want to Yule Scepter. GH Phoenix diving away. The shards won't catch him.
Oh, the overtime damage from the Witchblade.
He has to supernova. He has to egg there. So now you've spent egg. Evil Geniuses still have Ravage Finger. They could maybe look for a jump.
They don't have a BKB on Nature's Prophet. That was very fast BKB, considering that he still has Aegis and can just respawn. Ravage was available to defend them. BKB still far away. 1,000 gold for Ember Spirit. Morphling also needs to finish off his. 300 gold away. This is the big timing on Nigma. 2 BKBs. You don't care about Lion. You don't care about Puck and the Ravage, but there are ways of resetting the fight with the Tusk Snowball. Buy a bit more time.
And you will start to care about this RTZ Prophet. Assault Cuirass nearly finished, so he's really shifting into that physical right clicker. I mean, what's next for him? Do we see the Satanic come out? I feel like that's the build that we've seen more prominently is the Witchblade, Maelstrom, BKB, AC, Satanic.
Yeah, I feel like Satanic makes you much tankier. You get the 2-3 right clicks in a team fight, grants you another life. Puck decides to get the Deso. This is their timing. Like, they still have minute and 15 seconds left on that Aegis. RTZ out pushing the waves with the big ulti. If someone shows, the damage will connect.
Man, a quarter of the HP in that tower already gone. EG standing around, waiting to see if Nigma wants to break back into this top ramp triangle area, but nothing coming.
Nature's Prophet's super tanky. We already mentioned his strength gain, like overall stats gain, and now holding a Nether Shawl, 25 magic resistance, a better hood. You lose -3 armor, but right now you're sitting at the 32, so you don't care too much about it. AC will make the whole team tankier against the Slash, and also give them more attack speed to deal with the Phoenix Egg.
What's he got? He's got 34. Guess what? There's like Aquila nearby, right? Yeah, Crit, I believe, holding that Ring of Aquila. He's got a bit more armor there coming for him. Medallion as well is going to amp up RTZ. And like you were mentioning about 5 minutes ago, Crit really is now standing with the Nature's Prophet, making sure he's being bodyguarded. He can't be clipped, he can't be caught. And catch here from RTW though. Straight onto Fly with his fresh BKB. Yes, a pick off. What can he turn it into now though? Nigma kind of scrambling to find the bonus kills and a good hook shot. KuroKy catches out Crit. Snowball now towards the Ember though.
He blows him up.
punched into oblivion as Miracle, with a BKB of his own, turns onto RTZ, but the Prophet's too tanky. Arena zones them away. Mind Control, Miracle, Kuro on the run now. No ultimates left to be spent, and Arbet, Wing Rift Orbit, back in towards the danger zone. He wants GH potentially here as Ice breaks the high ground, looking for the vision.
A bit limited on the catch, Fly. Forced to buy back, had enough gold. After you go on the line, you need to be careful. They use the BKBs, they use one big ulti. Like the arena, you know that there's going to be a buyback for sure. Even though there's like not much to gain on the map, they can go for the towers, they can go for the Roche, but they still want to secure the fight. And that was such a nice play from Tusk. He managed to use the snowball and also blows up the Ember Spirit.
That's the perfect turnaround tool. As long as you can see that target you want to go on, you save yourself and go aggressive onto your opponents.
It's all about that efficiency. Crit. Getting the Elven Tunic. Very nice.
Oh, is that for him? Full Solar Crest done as well. Arbed.
Evasion. Top of the Solar Crest, so he becomes super tanky.
Incredibly so. I've got so many of these aura items. You mentioned the Pipe Vlad's on the Tide now with a Blink Dagger. To be able to jump into these heroes, potentially catch them pre-BKB with a Ravage.
Even RTZ going for Eon Disc next item. Like I tweeted a couple of days ago that in 7:30 the item's gonna get deleted or just like gonna get the dumpster fire nerfed.
It's got like double the cooldown on it or something.
Yeah, I don't know what's gonna be. Hex initiation bottom.
Yeah, Fly moving in. There's a dive away from GH, but the coil catching Miracle, morphling down. Mind Control with this arena wants to force the fight, continuing on to kill off that buyback Lion. Ice, failing to contend with Mind Control. Might have to just ravage him here, but the BKB ends.
Good ravage connection.
Perfect timing for Ice, allows RTZ to open up and shred through Nigma. Miracle has pulled back for this, but he won't be able to battle with EG. They've already retracted themselves from that bottom lane.
Fly with the nice Hex initiation. They get a kill, they surround him, dies in the end, but he does not care too much. And now they need to be very careful how Miracle approaches the next fight. Like they don't have that save, and maybe they can use a Sunray. That's it. What are you doing, Gary? What are you showing me with your fingers?
They're dropping the RTZ spray, man. I'm just doing the finger guns.
Oh, I'm watching my own screen. I'm watching the small details.
I'm watching the big picture.
I should be focused more on the memes, to be honest.
The look of disgust he gave me when I put the finger guns.
I was like, what are you doing?
What are you moron? What are you doing?
So Eon Disc finished on Nature's Prophet. He decides to go for the CDR. So that brings Eon Disc to 84 seconds, which makes a lot of sense. Lowers the cooldown on your BKB and lowers the cooldown on Witchblade.
Very nice. And Roshan, 1.5 minutes until the big man returns to his dungeon dwelling.
They're not messing around. They assemble their Eon Disc, both Puck and him.
Eons assemble!
In case, you know, you misclick, something happens, you're not paying the attention, it's better. If you don't think in an elimination game, just assemble it.
You can have the flashy plays, but consistency is key. 14 to 23. Evil Geniuses with a pretty substantial lead.
Yeah,
don't really have an objective to go for apart from mid-tier 2 right now, right? So they're just controlling waves and waiting for Roshan at this point.
Yes, Roshan will respawn in 50 seconds. Ravage will be online. Coil for another BKB charge, so it goes down to 7 seconds.
And a spear back on the Chain's Tidehunter. They've done about 500 damage to him.
Camera right now, because he's trolling.
He's laughing. He's laughing his head off. They've killed off Mind Control. The attempt on Ice's life does not pay off for Nigma. Dead for 60 seconds. And this should be a really strong position from EG now to push in multiple lanes.
Do you remember the $1 million Dream Coil? And he just pops BKB, runs away, still dies. Also, Puck found Mindbreaker, another form of silencing people, so you could potentially like force a Yule Scepter, even a BKB, RTZ.
Or the swap.
Yeah, that was so nicely done. I was about to say it. He puts it in the backpack, understands, and Abed tips it easy. Abed has eyes all over the place.
He sees everything. He sees where all the runes are. He sees bot lane, top lane, mid lane, triangle.
This is why you assemble it. If you're fast enough to put it in your backpack while you see shotgun flying. Not even a full shotgun. It's just a bullet that's thrown by the hand. pretty much at this point, and they go
We're not
inside
doing
the
too
pit.
much damage.
Eon, sorry, Aghanim short, she's plus Aegis.
And Roshan falls so quickly with a tag team. Like you were saying, the Roshan capabilities of
Solar Crest,
of
tag
EG.
team, drums. They gave short to Tusk.
Rocket Flare lands now, but everything's already been taken. So what do we have with... wait, is Tusk eating it? Has he handed it to someone else? Prophet.
He gave it to Prophet.
Well, that's going to help their push tremendously with the Great Treants. We've seen Nigma struggle to clear out these waves somewhat. And when this net closes in on them, there's only one place for them to fight, and that's around their tier 3s and in their base. It doesn't feel like Nigma right now have any chance to smoke out. They're so far behind. And how are we looking on buybacks, Lacoste? Because I feel like this is potentially one of the last fights we have for Nigma.
This might be it. Like, they lose a fight, they could potentially lose the game without Morphling. They just don't have enough damage. iLTW. He has a Maelstrom, he has a BKB, 3,000 gold, so buyback is available for him, but I don't think he wants to use it. Like, he would definitely love to have this Aghanim Scepter for the next fight.
Yeah, some way to get in towards the Lion, the Tusk, even the Puck to some regards. Just catch people out, find that blow up on someone and force EG to have the disadvantage numbers-wise. But when the map gets so small for you here, your item progression, it does suffer. And you would love to see, you know, maybe Team Nigma have one hero out on the map somewhere, maybe cutting behind tier 3 towers.
Eon Disc, perfectly balanced item. We have one on Phoenix, one on Nature's Prophet, one on Puck, Lion going for one, and also Tusk has one queued up.
And RTZ...
Guys, just buy nullifiers and dispel it. It's that easy.
That's the plan. I think RTZ also very effective there as well,
He
right?
is. He's keeping that Eon Disc. Like this is straight up efficiency. He wants to die first with the Aegis. Probably not even pop a BKB, then put it in if you have a BKB to defend yourself. And if you see you're dropping low, put the Eon Disc in.
Also back farming, like he TPs to Dire Ancients, pushes out this bot wave while the rest of his team's holding top triangle and pushing in that mid lane. So EG, ready to go high ground again. Great Treants there, spear back on the Prophet. Mind control trying to set up on RTZ, but Isosize moving straight for GH. The Eon Disc popped as an arena thrown out from mind control.
They don't care about this arena.
No follow through whatsoever. They glyph up the tier 3 tower. RTZ probably, you know, quite happy just to die there if it does happen.
No, don't die. He can just TP out. He cannot TP out.
The spear does put mind control out in the open though. Arbed and Isosize looking for the pick off. Arbed gonna get hook shotted. Eon Disc pops out and he's gonna jaunt away from the supernova landing. GH doesn't crash down onto anybody, and Kuro trapped inside the Sprout. RTZ returned, and they will fly that jive in from RTW, causing issues for the backline of EG. A double kill.
Block, but the buyback
has to buy back in Isosize with the Ravage. Destroys Miracle, no buyback on the Morphling, and RTW, he's being pummeled by RTZ.
This might be it, Gary. I don't know if they can just straight up close out the game because there will be some overtime damage. We can hear the screams in the background. You know, unfortunately, we did not have a crowd, but that feeling that you get from the players, just they're roaring when they're winning, and
it's
they call
over.
it.
There's no answer. Nigma have no response to EG's aggression. Game 1, Game 2, completely out of their hands.
Oh man, EG played so well. This Tusk pick did a lot. Crit one more time, showing why he is probably the best, if not one of the best ones. You know, top 3 Tusk players in the world. There's some good ones in the China.